Wellstar is one of the largest health systems here in Georgia. We've acquired other facilities through the years and grown our coverage area. We've got currently 9 hospitals in the Atlanta area, and we're adding 2 down in the Augusta area. That also includes 5 health parks, which are going to be ancillary services, inpatient, outpatient, and then over 395 physician offices. So anything from a chiropractic practice to physical training to an urgent care. So this facility services everyone, which means we get a significant amount of product in, 10 to 12 trailers of product a day. We keep 3,800 items here in the facility that we consider our stock. And then we have what we call our non-stock or cross-dock, which is hundreds of items that come in day to day that we process and turn around same day. So we see anywhere from that 3,800 that's here to about 5,000 items flow through daily. One of the things that appealed to me to come here to Wellstar was the fact that it was kind of a blank slate or canvas, if you will, and there was no automation other than the forklifts that are traveling through the facility and some handhelds to pick our orders on. And we wanted to find a way to use automation to assist our team as opposed to replace team members. So I had worked within a pick module prior and helped design and slot and lay that out. And so taking a pragmatic approach to what our operation is and what we're trying to do, a pick module was the most sensible path forward for us.
When we came in the facility at first, we already had a presence with our technicians servicing the Raymond Carolina handling fork trucks and tuggers and everything. And one of the things that they noticed was that the facility was really struggling with how the lack of automation that they had in the facility, and their existing picking process was very manual. They had a very small picking area operated by just a few light picking operators, and there was a lot of potential to help them grow and increase the throughput and the amount of product they were able to move out of the facility on a daily basis.
We had significant numbers of contractors. We walked through the facility up and down our bulk racking, using carts, using walkie forklifts, and even cherry pickers and reach trucks. And our productivity at that time was in the range of 25 to 30 line picks an hour. So we knew that we needed to get that number up significantly, and bringing in conveyance and automation really helps us push the boundaries on what we can do efficiency-wise.
It was a pretty stark contrast from what you see now to where it started. They had a lot of open floor space, and that open floor space was consumed with stacks of pallets. They had product all over the place. They had their storage racks that they used, but there was a lot of open floor space, a lot of potential to help automate and speed up their process. Phase 1 was a dual pick module and shipping sorter. So you have 2 multi-level picking modules where you have a fork truck that feeds the product from behind. It flows down into a operation area where operators travel along the aisleways, picking product off the shelf and scanning those products and putting them into a bin or a tote, which is then put onto a conveyor system that wraps through the pick modules and then ties into a shipping sorter for distribution. So the process starts on the bottom level where you have an operator gets an order that needs to be fulfilled. They print off a label for that order and take an empty tote and feed it onto the system. From that point, you've got a centralized conveyor that feeds the totes through zones of picking. And through each zone, you've got a scanner camera which reads that label, determines if anything in that area needs to be picked. If it does, it will divert off into that area, and you'll have operators picking product for that area. Once the product is picked from a zone, it will then be put back on the centralized line that will take it to another zone. And then it goes up the spiral onto the mezzanine, goes through 2 more zones. And then after everything is picked, it goes through the last scanner. It says the order is fulfilled. Then it'll move across this tie-in conveyor that will take it down to the shipping sorter. And then there's a scanner on the shipping sorter that has a lane determination assigned for each location. And then all those totes are distributed to one of these 12 shipping lanes. Part of the pick module system that we've designed here, there is the empty corrugate trash conveyor that takes empty boxes that operators are picking product from. They get empty boxes. What do they do with them? Well, they can throw them onto this takeaway trash conveyor, and it will take it up and travel up this belt conveyor here, dump it onto the next belt conveyor, which eventually dumps it into the empty corrugate baler. And they do that all day long. And then at the end of the day, it's basically a giant trash compactor, and it compacts it all together, and they empty that thing out maybe once a day.
So in the year plus that we've had the modules, we set a standard of going from that 25 to 30 lines an hour and tripling it to get to somewhere in the range of 85 to 90 lines an hour. We are happy to report that over the last 6 months, our numbers have actually lived between 90 and 105 lines an hour. So we've actually exceeded the goal that we set in place. And part of that is due to how our product is laid out, how efficient the conveyance has been for us, and how dedicated our people are to working in an environment that is more accommodating to them and doesn't require as much, movement and things of that nature that create waste for us.